I was caddying on Lake Merced Golf Course in Daly City, California. And we used to go out there in the middle of summer and carry 2 bags around twice a day to get about $8. Then we come in and some guys would be sitting there waiting to take our money away in the caddy shack playing tonk or poker. And finally a guy came in from Artichoke Joe's in San Bruno, California, and was passing out these lucky $20 bills. If you put $20 with it, you got $40 worth of chips. Of course, I was only 17 years old. I wasn't supposed to be in there, but I was a big kid. And I ended up playing head up with the owner of the place and playing draw poker in those days. And that's how I first started. I can remember my father going down when he found out about it and going down there and grabbing a guy by his shirt, picking him right up like that and saying, if you let my son play in, he's only 17 years old. If you let him play in here again and lose his money that he worked so hard for, I'll come back for you. Didn't matter, I was back the next day anyway. I loved it, so that's what I was doing. In 2000, when I hit the final 6 at the World Series of Poker, Chris Ferguson had $2.5 million or something. I had 216,000. I was a low man, but I said I'm going to let each of them knock each other out and try and play him head up. And that's just the way it worked. That's what I told my wife, and I actually took the lead from him. So it's nice to have a plan, but you've got to adjust it to when you're playing. And I'd probably be pretty aggressive with this crew. I look for something my criteria wouldn't be as high. I'd look for something that I was willing to go with and just go with it. Hope to double up. You double up, then you double up again, all of a sudden you're the leader. Doesn't take too many. And I've always said one thing, and when you're playing tournament poker, you only have to break one person, and that's the last person. Let them all break each other. I was down in Houston one time, and there was a guy named Doc Ramsey. He was dead now. And he used to love to tell all the guys about his bad beat stories. And finally he got so nobody would listen to him. So one day, we're playing in this club down there, and he got a bad beat. He walked into the kitchen, and there was a Chinese cook in the kitchen. And we all trailed behind him. He didn't see us, but we're all trailing behind him. And he's trying to tell this Chinese cook this bad beat story, and this guy couldn't talk English. And the guy's just nodding to him like this. And we're all standing behind Doc laughing like hell because he finally found somebody he could talk to, and the guy couldn't understand him. Well, we were at the World Series of Poker in 2000, and like I said, I got head up with Chris Ferguson. And we got all the money in, and I had ace-queen, and he had ace-9. And with one card to come, he had to catch a 9, or I'd had all the chips, but maybe I'd had $5 million, and he had about 200,000 left. And he caught a 9, and that was it. But then we went to another no-limit tournament, and I got head up with another guy. He caught a 9. He was dead to a 9 with one to come, and he caught it, and he won it. And then we went to the Tournament of Champions, and that's a different format. The Tournament of Champions, you played 3 limit games until the final table, and then you switched to no limit. And I got down to a guy named down with a guy named Brian Saltis and myself. In fact, he was a very sick man, and he has died since, but I had him dead to a 9 with one card to come, or I win the championship there, and he caught a 9 too. So 3 tournaments in a row, they caught a 9 on me. It was probably, money-wise, difference of $2 million in my pocket. But what can you say? When I got done, I said, that's poker, and congratulate him. Hopefully, I'll always be a gentleman when I lose.